I forgot to start the intro, but here we are. Okay, so here's the situation. We're beating these today. And, well, this is the second time I've had to record this episode because the first one I had was, had some minor audio issues for whatever reason. But I'm actually at 2 stars on it, so not all hope is lost. But I'm hoping I can just beat this today. If I can just, because if I can beat 150cc, that puts us in a pretty excellent spot. You know what else would put me in an excellent spot? You know what else would put me in an excellent spot? I don't know. An even remotely fair race. So, basically, on the bright side, this one is at least going, well, better. Better is relative with the Leaf Cup. I swear, it seems to go one of 2 ways. It either takes me forever to get a cup, or I get like 2 or 3 in the same episode. There's no real in between. But it's very annoying. So, hopefully this goes well. Oh my, okay, so that's... Wow, 2 in quick succession is crazy. It's a good thing I got across when I did, because that would... Wow. It's a good thing I got across when I did, because that would have been really bad. That would actually have been really bad. So here's the thing with Bowser's Castle. Here's the thing. You have to front run it. Which means the first item set, this item set cannot be a fake item box. See, this is now officially a win. This just went from mildly daunting to actually pretty chill. So, because that's because that's just it. That's what you have to remember. I've actually kind of, with my current planning, I've accidentally put my university in a bit of a bind. Because I'm kind of in a weird spot where I'm going to end up, if I do like everything this year, I'm going to be in a spot to basically graduate simultaneously from 2 different programs. So like technically it's... Which is kind of hilarious, if you think about it. Nope. And yeah, my favorite part is I actually technically have off-ramps I can take it basically any time. But look at this lead. Look at this lead. You see what I mean? If I had gotten, like, a fake item box, there was a good shot that I was going to get red shelled. Whereas, and then... Shake. And see, like, that's still a risk of happening. There's not really a lot, as far as I know, that I can do about that. But, I did not want to wheelie there. Basically, as long as you get that first item box, as long as you don't mess up, basically, you're good. And... I see, as per usual, somehow 2 of them have caught up with me. Yeah, I know where it comes from, but, you know, it's very frustrating, because this is a front runner. So now this next... Okay, so now we get to Donkey Kong's Jungle Parkway. This is a tricky one, and I'll tell you why. Because on the one hand, it is a front runner, in my opinion, in this challenge. But on the other hand, it also faces the same problem. It faces this a very similar problem, actually, to Bowser's Castle, which is this. If you get like a fake item box, Shake, I shook. I don't even want to hear it. But basically, where you're at is it's a front runner, but if it easily couldn't be. It depends on what you get, what you have to work with. So, for example, here, what's happening? I'm employing the Shatner comma that occurs to me. If here in this part of the race, it is a front runner. You just have to basically drive fast enough that the CPUs can't catch you. And like, yeah, you're not protected from, say, a shock or a blue shell or a POW. But also, if you can build yourself up enough of a lead, you essentially can insulate yourself. Is the thing. That's kind of what my thinking is on it. Because if you can do it, then, well, who cares? See, look at that. That is a 2-minute 15-second shock, but that's fine, because if you're in that corner, you're just coming out of it, you're okay. However, if you were not, and you're having to deal with those quick corners in succession, you're cooked. See, and this is like the best item to get by a landslide. But the other aspect, because you are protected from red shells, but the other aspect is you have 2 CPUs usually. In this case, it's Wario and Baby Daisy, who kind of seem to catch up with you pretty much no matter what you do. You're always going to have like 1 or 2, and I think they do it so that you, as a way of rubber banding you, because rubber banding on this game can be extreme at times. But that also can make it very frustrating. Because once the game's starting to do that, it's going to start taking steps to nerf you pretty hard. If you don't mess up enough, it still has ways to stop you, like this. So you look at this, you see how I have this? I bet you that something's going to happen along the lines of a blue shell. Blue shell or a shock. Okay, so I'm getting pretty far ahead, right? But you can see how Baby Peach is in the cheap charger is catching me. Yeah, that did not work for you guys. No. Oh, 201. I had to focus up there so hard. I did not have very much margin there. That's the thing. It takes 1 mistake and suddenly you lose. But I think this one should be 3. I'm feeling good that this one's a 3. Because if it isn't, I'm actually going to be kind of salty. Yeah, it's 3. Now we have to go on to the Lightning Cup. Which is fine. I usually leave my window open a little bit. Especially if I'm recording during like the winter months. Because it cools down the room. Because being trapped in a room with a capture card, a Steam Deck, a Switch, and an Intel Mac, all producing heat. Well, it's a little bit of an exercise in brutality. One of my first upgrades upon getting monetized is definitely going to be like an M4 or M5 Mac Mini or something, so I can do editing on there. Like, I need that in my life. There we are. And now we just have to... The bright side is the Lightning Cup is never usually that bad in any of the CCs. So we have that advantage. Like, I think in the entire history of the Lightning Cup, we've done 3 CC levels. I've done the Lightning Cup maybe 4 or 5 times. It's not bad because you have... It's not a bad course because they're pretty nice and easy. Nice, easy tracks that, like, at most, like, the hardest one here is probably N64 Bowser's Castle, which is fine. Like, it's not as... I would say that probably the hardest cup is probably the banana cup, and maybe I'm gonna have, this is a hot take, to get 3 stars on, it's definitely the mushroom cup. No, the banana cup's pretty hard. Yeah, but we have to reboot this because, again, this is another aspect of the 3-star challenge that's very frustrating, is the RNG aspect. Because you can be doing really well, doing nothing wrong, and then you get blue shelled, and there can, in some cases, can be no way for you to recover after that. Which is very tiring, it's just not fun. See, this is fine now. This is fine now because I'm also just, because I had sufficient distance that was a problem. That was like a 10 seconds in between blue shells. Jeez. This is what I mean. Sometimes, like, when the game decides to nerf you, it can go at you really hard. Like that second blue shell was definitely a last-ditch attempt to nerf me. And had I not hit the boost pad there, I would have been in trouble. So, shake. See, that there was lucky because if I'd been on a corner or something like that, I would have been screwed. And I would have had no recourse to be able to fix that. And see, there we go. So, okay, so now we're in 4th and 5th. See, this is what I mean, one little mistake. There we are. See, and if that had been lap 3, we would have been cooked. But as it is, we're not. I was lucky. And what was that? I swear I didn't hit anything. And this is the problem. This is what's happening. We have to now basically get lucky here. Well. We just have to hope now that that was enough. Like, this is what I'm finding with 150cc, is that it's more about the items that you get rather than the driving that you do. Well, that's what I'm noticing. Like, okay, and now we get to this track. This one is okay because there's like a shortcut that you can take and you can essentially win this one by like 5 or 6 seconds consistently and reliably every time. Right, so that's the thing. Right, that's where we're at. That's what you have to be able to do. So you have to be able to execute the shortcut. Because if you can't, it makes this race a lot tougher than it needs to be. And now we have a very comfortable margin. That's now actively the game's now actively trying to counter it. Because it doesn't like when you're as far away as this. It just doesn't like it. So if you look at what's going to happen pretty soon here. See, notice how I'm actually exactly where I was last time. Right. And just in terms of lead. Okay, now we'll just tuck into here. Right. And we've cooked it. But that also literally does not matter because, well, I can do this. Because I just dodged the shock. That's... The other thing we've established in the 3-star challenge is that you can fall off once, is what I was going to say. You definitely, I don't believe, can fall off twice. Yeah. So that was overall, that was good until we got to DK Mountain, which I messed up because I activated a wheelie when I shouldn't have. Basically, that's the strategy. You have most of these you really can't front run, or you can't bag in the way that maybe you can online. See, look at this. See, that is a kind of a really bad thing to occur. Shake. But you just squeeze it in the outside, on the inside, and now you're gonna be okay. So there's that. But if you look, Daisy is back there. Throw it back. But I threw it forward, but that's fine. 138 is kind of brutal, but it beats it by a little over a second, which is fine. Basically, you didn't... The problem... That's the problem. A lot of this does very much depend on the RNG that you get. Because if you get a lot of items that slow you down, you can get messed up. You can get very easily messed up. Alright, let's see what we got. Don't care. We got the don't care item. That's actually huge. No one has any items anymore. Basically, as long as we don't get a blue shell, we're good. It's so close. I think as of this moment, I'm feeling pretty good. Basically, because DK Mountain usually goes well. Usually goes well, or at least goes well enough that I don't have to worry about very much. But sometimes you do. Sometimes you do, and that's where the risk management part of this comes in. Right. That is a 1 minute shock and 1 minute 3 second blue shell. Unfortunately, there's no cooldown to that at all, which is very frustrating in a world where your leads in first place kind of, to an extent, almost don't matter in 150, as opposed to pretty much any other CC. Yeah, we're good. That's definitely not my best effort, but it's also good enough. Yeah, 12 seconds. See, like, we can always get a pretty good idea. At this point, I'm feeling good. At this point, I think as long as I can get through Bowser's Castle without making like 5 mistakes or so, I should be good. I think. I actually have no idea, because that's the other part about this. Sometimes you can actually be perfect and not get 3 stars, or you can make a boatload of mistakes and get 3. I think that's why what I think gives credence to the theory that it's all about, lap times, which I thought I was up in the air for that. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I'm just getting Mario Karted out here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm getting really bigly Mario Karted. And that's the other part of this. This is why the RNG matters. I'm going to finish this race out. But, yeah, that's not good. Look at that. Yeah, I can't finish that race out. This is the other aspect that gets me, is the RNG. The RNG aspect of this is very frustrating. Because, and I'll tell, and it's not, and there's nothing that you can do about it, is the thing. Basically, you need 4 good runs. And if you don't get the runs that you need, you're cooked. Like, just flat out. Flat out, you're cooked. Look at this. See this kind of lead? This is not the kind of lead that Mario Kart Wii lets stand for very long. So now it's a matter of which hazard are they going to throw to try and prevent a lead this large from occurring. Doesn't look like any. So 138 is solid. That is a very solid lap time. Yeah, that's good. That's 5 and a bit seconds. That's, if you could get 4 of that kind of margin, you're in. You're in for sure. And there I didn't make any mistakes. That was actually solid. Like in the percentage world, that would pretty much be 100%. That was not 100%. This is definitely not going to be a 100% track. There we are. Shake. Yeah, this is definitely cooked. Shock dodge! Shock dodge is huge. So now we have a race. It's not perfect, and unfortunately, I did not really spend I'm not going to spend a lot of this race in first, which is kind of going to suck. Let's see. Actually, this might still be a better. That actually still might be a better overall lap time than I think yeah, 6 seconds again. I think that's still better than the previous one. That might be better. That's hilarious. But I think I got too many overpowered items, so 3's probably out, but we're going to keep playing through anyway, because we haven't actually... That was a lot of mistakes, but, you know... I'm feeling alright about this situation. Considering the fact that, usually it's nerfed me at this point. Usually it's nerfed me, so I'm not sure what's happening. Is this decided to let me have this one? Look at this margin. This has got to be like a 20-second margin. Yeah, 20 seconds. That is a 20-second margin. Beautiful. So now that was a so I've had 2 perfect races and a mid race. Let's be blunt here. Actually, let's be blunt here. A bad race. So basically, as long as this one goes well, I actually should be in a... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. As long as this one goes well, i.e. I don't make like a really crazy error. That was fun. That was fun. I just about made a really crazy error. That was actually bad driving practice. You're supposed to go where it's coming from, not where it's going to. That's bad driving practice just in general. Basically, at this point, as long as I don't mess up or a blue shell is coming, I should be good. Should be okay. And King Boo got stopped. King Boo got stopped. That's huge. That's like gives us actual margin for a blue shell. Gives us actual margin, which is something we've needed for a little bit here. Okay, hit that over here. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, what kind of margin are we looking at here? Probably a 2 to 3 second. Wow, 319. Okay, that went... Actually, I think this is now... It's 50-50 because of Peach Gardens, but I'm leaning that this is probably 3. Probably? Yes, we got him. 3. 150cc is complete. Whew! Can you believe it? We did it. 150cc. We still have mirror mode left to go. So, you know, we're not out of the woods just yet. But, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That is... Ooh, I got the jet setter. Ooh. Ooh, 100 and the honey coop. That's pretty chill. So, I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If this is something you want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. My goal is to get the YouTube Partner Program in 2025, and I need your sub to help me do that. So thank you all. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.